Hey everyone, this is Path, and today we'll be covering the balance changes that came with this year's Season 6 update, and their effects on the game. Starting off with the assault rifles, the HVK-30's magazine size with a large caliber ammo has been increased, from 29 to 32. This won't make a huge difference since it's just 3 extra shots, but considering its potential lethality, this is still a welcome change. The Oden's range has been increased by approximately 12%. This won't be super helpful due to the inconsistent nature of achieving a 2-shot kills in the first ranges, so the Oden will still remain a super option in multiplayer. The Peacekeeper's upper body multipliers now cover the entire arm. This makes it much more consistent when it comes to reducing shots to kill in a second range, making it much stronger at mid-range. While the Peacekeeper will not be meta due to the existence of other flex assault rifles, it will still be a fantastic option to run. Moving on to the SMGs, the AGR's 5.56 ammo now reduces fire rate by 8% instead of the usual 10%. This basically does nothing since the fire rate difference is not going to affect the time to kill in any noticeable way, and the basic center mag is better in a lot of situations. The Razorback now has a new damage phase which allows it to 3-shot kill up to 9 meters with reasonable consistency, only requiring 1 upper body shot. So if you have rapid fire equipped, this gives it a fantastic time to kill of 173 milliseconds. The Razorback would now be a very competitive option, but is still slightly behind the other flex weapons due to their ease of use. The PDW-57's upper body modifiers have been increased to 1.15 times and now covers the whole arm. This change should make it slightly easier to reduce shots to kill in a second range, although not too much will change overall. The Dingo's damage range has been increased, but it still doesn't address the main issues being the less than ideal recoil and bullet spread accuracy, which are what's keeping it from being a worthwhile option. The Koshka now ADS is 1 frame faster. When built for maximum ADS speed, it will ADS in 355 milliseconds, which is only 1 frame slower than the Outlaw. The Koshka is already a fantastic sniper with good hitboxes and mobility, so we can expect it to be a top tier pick. And if you're okay with a scope, this might just be better than the DLQ. R90's pellet spread has been improved. This should make it more reliable at longer ranges since you can now utilize the impressive 1 burst range easier. The L-Car's range has received a minor increase, but the real kicker here is a reduction to horizontal recoil, which was the main downside to using this weapon. So now it should be a lot more reliable outside of the close quarters. Moving on to the operator skills, the Tempest damage and radius have been increased, which means that getting chain kills will be easier, which makes it viable, but there is still not much reason to use it over operator skills like the Annihilator or the Ballista. The Shadowblade's movement speed has been increased, which when combined with the damage resistance from last season should make it easier to close in the distance to secure kills. However, given that you need to be in melee range for it to be effective, it won't be a viable pick due to the existence of the Bull Charge, and obviously Purifier just kind of does this thing. Speaking of which, the Bull Charge is getting another nerf to its duration, going down to 20 seconds. This nerf is welcome, but it still doesn't change the fact that it is incredibly annoying to play against this operator skill, since you would rarely have it active for that long. The only score streak that got changed this season is the Hawk X3, which got its duration nerfed by 8 seconds. This streak was never that good in the first place, so it's quite peculiar to see it getting nerfed, but regardless, moving on. Quite a few of the throwaway equipments have received changes. The Flash Drone's range has been increased by 2 meters, which should make it better especially in Search and Destroy, where it can be used to force enemies to stop holding an angle. The Gas Grenade's movement speed debuff and radius has been improved at the low cost of a 1 second shorter duration. This just enhances the area denial and crowd control, so expect to see a lot more of these getting spammed in objective game modes. The Stormball size has been noticeably increased, which brings it in line with a Smoke Grenade, although there is still not much reason to use it due to how limiting the Stormball is compared to smokes. The C4's detonation delay has been increased, so it'll be harder to use aggressively since it won't go off instantly, and will only affect certain clutch plays in Search and Destroy, such as placing a C4 on a bomb or on a site. Now to cover the BR exclusive changes. The ACR's 045 has received a small overall range nerf, but it being the only shotgun that can one-shot kill against 300 health means that it will still be incredibly strong in close quarters. The Rewind class's recharge time has been nerfed by 10 seconds, which is somewhat noticeable, especially in the early game. However, it will still serve as a great escaping tool, so it remains a top-tier class. The Shockwave class's radius has received a minor reduction, but it doesn't address the fact that it is still very much busted due to the consistent damage, ridiculous knockback, and ability to hit enemies through walls. It will require more nerfs to bring it to a reasonable level, rather than the slight wrist wrap. It probably still needs more nerfs. The Tempest will be very strong in BR as its charge-up time is drastically reduced, which makes getting consecutive hits much faster. This is especially devastating since direct hits now do 200 damage, meaning that it will be a 2-shot kill at every range. And that just about covers all the changes that happened this season. Let us know what you think about these changes in the comments, and if you find the video helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Oden.